a method, one which seems to have found its way into Nigeria: child harvesting or baby factory.
The doctor told me that the baby will be kept for me after I've delivered and it will be taken care of by them. I didn't know that the baby will be sold out.
In spite of the atrocious nature of this act, it seems to be flourishing. Is it that the law enforcement agencies are not following through with the cases they have already discovered?
Is it only one person that is involved? No, it's a cartel.
These are the reasons it is pertinent to celebrate International Day of the Girl Child, to educate the girls for protection against exploitation, which includes but is not limited to human trafficking. It's a robust package on this episode of Big Story. I'm Ini John Mekwa. Child harvesting, the illegal sale of a child. The victims are girls as young as 13 years of age, pregnant and kept in very poor condition, health-wise, and lacking in basic living requirements of an expectant mother. To make matters worse, most of the girls are kept against their will. Their stories are similar, experiences hurtful, leaving irreparable damage on their minds. The search for a job or greener pastures that ended up bad.
The doctor told me that the baby will be kept for me after I've delivered and it will be taken care of by them. I didn't know that the baby will be sold out.
They took me to hospital. God help me, I delivered that child. My baby died through oxygen.
In spite of these heartbreaking stories, more girls still fall victim of these same acts.
Some of them became pregnant because maybe they were raped. Some of them were impregnated by their regular boyfriends. But some of them were raped. And because of the stigma, what will I do? What will I tell society? They were looking for what to do. Again, we cannot cancel the effect, the contribution of the abortionists, or these clinics that commit abortion, quack doctors that commit abortion. They are no more ready to do the abortion. Once they approach them for abortion, they say, look, why do you need to kill this baby? They'll link them. That's why I'm saying the nexus between quack clinics, abortionists, and baby factory. It's a nexus we need to try to find out. And look at how bad it is that the girl child is discouraged, is disadvantaged even from birth. They will tell you if you give birth to a male, we'll give you 700,000, 500,000. If it's a female, 300,000. You want to wonder why? Why?
These stories have become rampant since it was first described in a United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization report in Nigeria in 2006. 6 years later, a report by Campaign for Democracy, a civil society organization, shows that the number of rescued cases of baby factory stood at 2,500. In the last 1 month, Lagos State has recorded 2 major cases with 22 victims and 5 children in their custody.
They are in our shelter where they are well taken care of. I can tell you that they are well taken care of. The British Commission, High Commission, they have supplied foods. Other Ministry of Women Affairs, UNICEF, they are all coming in to help to take care of issues. So you can be sure they'll be well taken care of, and they are being well taken care of. Let me tell you that since they came in, they gave them to me, handed over to NAPTIP on 30th and on 2nd of October, 30th September, 2nd October. I have sent all of them for screening. They have been screened so that we can know their state of health. It's part of the taking care of them. And as we talk, those who have medical issues, challenges, we are treating right now. This morning, as I was coming from my other program, I got a call that one of the children that came with the pregnant woman is convulsing. Our medical team rushed in and they took care of it. It's part of what we are saying. These are challenges that come. Children are there in the shelter. And when they take in, we have in-house nurses. If there's nothing they can do much, we take them to the hospital. Referral. We have referral pathways, we do our things. So we are taking care of them. And even postnatal, after they have given birth, in the course of being with us, we are going to do their needs assessment. What would you rather like to do? And they will tell you. Some of them will say, look, me, I'm a good saloonist. I can do hair. If I'm empowered, I can sustain myself. This agency, as I talk to you, we have bought equipment for victims, set them up. Some of them have sent them to school. Those who want to go to school, the agency, along with other partners, will sponsor their education.
The process of rescue has also led to the arrest of suspects carrying out this illegal business, most of them women who claim to be nurses and caregivers. They keep the girls for their principals who only come to harvest the children. In one of the cases in Lagos, this acclaimed nurse has delivered 4 children between July and September 2019 and gets paid 15,000 naira for each delivery. The last one involved the loss of the baby.
She was the one that called me for that one. So, and she now called me, say she will send person come, and they come there around to 12 or 11:30 on that Thursday. So that Thursday, I did not do anything for them. I leave them, say me then they have pains. So when I know say they have pains, I now put tablet the second day. Now she bring them for me. So she say the lady they bleed. Even before you reach here, all in her cloth don't stay. So I announced everything happened. She say she get me. When you won't come, even all the part of the body don't come out. Now only the head, I help them remove from there. I don't touch anything. I don't give them anything.
She works with another woman, a caregiver, who is paid 20,000 naira monthly for keeping the girls.
I met only she's one that rent this place for me. That when I'm looking for work, she said that I should come and start work. For her, she's paying me salary. It's this month, 2019, this year, June, that I start this place. They will cook. I will stay with them. They will cook. Then anyone that is not feeling fine, then I will take them to nurse. They used to go and buy something. When pumping machine spoiled, they used to go and fetch water outside. About 3 people, but not all.
In almost all cases discovered across the country, suspects have been arrested. But how far do these cases go, especially because baby factory has become an emergent human trafficking industry and a steady source of income to criminal cohorts involved in the act? Unfortunately, it's been observed that many of the residents in communities in the identified states know the traders, but for one reason or another refuse to report to relevant agencies.
Is it only one person that is involved? No, it's a cartel. There are so many people, and there are people that are, apart from supporting, covering and protecting these people.
Suspects in NAPTIP don't pay their way out. Once you get into under NAPTIP custody, you go for prosecution, except the legal opinion states otherwise. Here, you will see the public is invited to follow what we do in NAPTIP. These 2 suspects we have, including others that we are going to pick by investigation, they'll have their time in court. Those who are convicted of operating a baby factory, their punishment is 7 years imprisonment. Challenges we have with respect to prosecution is mostly at the level of witnesses, witness fatigue, or witnesses not even being hostile along the line, they become hostile. We have good cases at times. Let me give you a scenario. Somebody is trafficked abroad, and the person comes back to the country full of anger against the traffickers. And most of the time, some people are trafficked within the family environment. And so the girl comes back to the country, she's angry, she's sick already, and she will tell us, I know who my traffickers are. And she gives us information, and we'll go after them, we'll arrest them. We'll start to investigate them, and then we'll file cases in court. And as the case goes on, the family environment will come and they'll tell the lady, do you really want to send our father to jail? Oh, so you want to send mama to jail? Is it this auntie that has been helpful to the family you want to send to jail? Are you not lucky you came back alive, you didn't die? Come now, let's see how you go to court next time and stand against your father in court. We will see where you come back to. Do you get that? So, no matter how good the case is, if the witness does not want to come again, people may think that the law enforcement agency is not doing well. There is nothing you can do when you have a hostile witness.
But it's not just about the suspect. There's the party which seem to have been ignored before now, those who patronize these culprits.
When there's no buyer, the seller will close shop. The buyers are increasing because of so many other things now. Not couples now having children. No, it's more than that. Because of a lot of things they are doing with these babies. We are hearing about harvesting of body parts. We are hearing about rituals that has to do with little babies. But it wasn't like that before. So that's why the increase now, because the market is getting larger.
Records of the Reproductive Biomedicine Online show that the total fertility rate in Nigeria is still very high, ranking number 12 out of 224 countries for 2015. The demand for surrogacy in sub-Saharan Africa is also much higher than in Western countries in women of reproductive age. The increasing incidence of young, pregnant and helpless teenage girls in poverty now increases possibility of giving away their babies after delivery for financial remuneration.
A teenage girl was telling me that the mother wants her to do what she doesn't want to do. And I said, what is that? He said, the mother said that, do like others. Do you want hunger to kill us? Use what God has given you. And along the line, the girl will get pregnant. Along the line, somebody will come from nowhere, I want to help you. Don't do abortion. I will help you to take the baby. Ignorant ones started by just, giving up their baby. But when they found out that, when they found out that the baby is for sale, only God knows how much now, more than 400, 500, depending on the sex. Now, they want to be part of it because the first set that opened up, it was as a result of the sharing formula. So, business is a booming business. You find out that there's no rich man or rich woman's child that is involved. It's always the lower people, the lowest people, because of that word, poverty. Although there are few people, no matter how poor they are, there are certain things they cannot do. They are very few.
Recommendations to curtail this trend include actions to reduce the burden of disease and economical consequences of being childless, the urgent need for the regulation of the Nigerian surrogacy and other assisted reproductive technologies with stringent ethical guidelines, ridding the society of quacks in the medical sector. There's the non-existence of education about reproductive health, including family planning to avoid unwanted pregnancy and infertility care. And all these have to be taken to the majority of Nigerians who are in the rural areas.
Enlightenment. That is why we have to take it to the grassroots. And majority of these people are not on social media. Some of them don't have the light to watch TV. I'm sorry. So we have to take it down. And that is why they support. Because there are people that are willing to go to the grassroots. But they need support. There's little you can do on your own as an individual. There's very little you can do without the collab, without the support of the bigger ones. So they need to be.
The day is the 11th of October every year, and the theme for 2019 is Empowering Girls for Brighter Tomorrow. Many programs are organized and scheduled for the occasion, including awareness campaign on safe girl-child, child-sex ratios, and creating a healthy and safe environment for a girl child.
nígbà tí mo wà ní primary 6 ẹni tó máa ń gbé mi lọ́kadà lọ sí school òun ló máa ń gbé mi tí mo bá fẹ́ jáde tá bá dẹ̀ ti ń lọlé tó bá ń gbé mi lọlé ó máa gbé mi lọ sílé ẹ̀ ilé ló ti máa lọ bá mi sùn tó bá dẹ̀ bá mi sùn tán mi mọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́ mo kàn rí pé mo lóyún ni mo wá sọ fún àwọn ọmọ mi pé mo ti lóyún wọ́n wá ní ta ni bọ̀bọ̀ tó fún mi lóyún mo ní bọ̀bọ̀ tó máa ń gbé mi lọ́kadà yẹn mo ló fún mi lóyún mi ì dẹ̀ rí bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn mọ́ láti ìgbà tí mo sọ pé mo lóyún tó ti ní kí lọ ṣe mi ì rí mọ́ mo dẹ̀ lọ school lẹ́yìn ìgbà yẹn àwọn kíláàsì mi dẹ̀ ní kí lọ yorí yẹn mo dẹ̀ ní mi lè yọ pé mi nǹkan tó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ ní kí n má wá sí school ni mo fi dèrò ilé mọ́ ìmì pé títí tí mo fi bímọ ilé mọ́ ìmì ni mo wà tí mo fi bí ìbejì.
The sad reality of a 15-year-old whose bright future seems disrupted. Her story is one of millions of girls who, out of naivety and lack of adequate enlightenment, have fallen prey to insensitive men in the society. This story can't be minimized by catching them young. Giving them a voice and a platform to express their gift and talent is the bigger picture in celebrating the International Day of the Girl Child.
What is ethnicity common to many women in Nigeria?
How can we get a good job, live a good life without being sexual harassed? And how can a woman come up to be a president? I really want to know.
They follow the news, they hear stories which have created doubts and fear, and they want answers.
You have to work hard for it, okay? You have to be knowledgeable, because you don't just want to be a president because somebody wants you to be there. You have to work your way through it. And by working your way through it means that you have to be knowledgeable, because to be a leader, we are all born leaders, okay? Are we all leaders? We are all leaders in our own way, in our own right.
These girls accept challenges and believe they can surmount obstacles.
It's all about creating awareness for the girls, protection, and so that people will not be rigid because they look at us as being fragile, which is not supposed to be so. Boys and girls are supposed to be equal, are supposed to have equal rights. It's all about the boys and the girls being equal and having equal rights, not that the boys have higher rights than the girls, which is not supposed to be so.
People shouldn't think that girls are like human beings for making babies, or like they shouldn't maltreat girls. Parents believe that if some girls are done with their primary school, it's time for them to get married and have children, but I don't believe in that.
What do you believe in?
That a girl should finish her school education before any process of marriage.
Bossa Irunsi is passionate about women and girls, and the celebration of the International Day of the Girl Child is another opportunity to impact on the girls.
Interacting with the girls, you can see they are talking issues about sexual abuse, they're talking issues about ethnicity, they're looking at issues about governance, they're asking questions as to why the girl child is not part of it. Why is the girl child not so much involved in this? And if at this age they're asking this question, that means they are concerned, they are knowledgeable. And we'll be fooling ourselves to believe that the young girls in our midst are not understanding what is happening in the society. So I think that the vibes I'm getting is that the young girls are building up. We need to just encourage them, position them in a way that they will take the destiny of this country in their hands. They do believe that they have a role to play. They are willing to play that role. If we have the political will to know that the girl child, no nation succeeds without putting the half of its population into the mainstream of development. How well have we socialized the child to be in the leadership position? Even those of us who are in leadership position, we fought, we are still fighting. We are still working hard, burning the candles to make sure that we are seeing the resistance of no, you are supposed to be in the kitchen, or you can't shout, or you shouldn't make noise, you can't be the way you are. So I think that for those of us who are already there, we need to look back and make sure that we model the young ones to see that they need to, and that's what I've been telling them, they need to fight harder. They need to understand that it's not going to be a tea party, that they're just going to live, you know. Let's take a few examples. If you are in the home, we relegate the girl child to just doing household chores, whereas the boy child is playing football, it's playing with the gadgets, the electric gadgets and all that. And you ask yourself, at what point with the girl child? We are here, this is some privileged children. If you go to the rural area, it's worse. So, but I think that those of us who have had the opportunity, we need to model. There should be an intergenerational infusion of where there is a deliberate plan or strategies to involve the younger ones into what is happening and all that. And I think we should document. We should tell our stories. By telling our stories, they will learn. One of the great things that came out from these young girls was that the models they are seeing are not models they want to see. The models they are seeing, and I told them that's a deliberate thing, because the media want to look at, if a man is getting into a position, nobody bothers about whether he has 10 wives or all that. But if a lady is the president or something in this country, they are going to ask, has she married before? Was she this? Was she that? And all that. So I'm trying to tell them, those are deliberate moves to make sure that relegate. So I think we should build from the very beginning, to build the leadership and all that. And then the way the children are socialized, that means we can also do damage control by doing adult education. Let's go to our parents and redirect their thinking and the way they raise the children. With that, we'll have a generation of children who are ready to take us to the next level.
And after the home, the children spend their longest hours in school, another platform to prepare them for the future.
Well, ensuring that our girls turn out better than the women we have today, we pay particular attention to their education. Apart from making sure they do well in their academic pursuits, we ensure that all our girls are equipped with at least a skill. We organize skill acquisition sessions for them, where every one of them go through skill acquisition trainings, so that in addition to whatever certificates they come out with at the end of the day, they have a skill. We allow the girls in most cases to head most of the groups we form, just as a way of helping them get better equipped to be leaders tomorrow as the opportunity comes their way. We expose the girls to a series of lectures on how to say no when the temptation comes, and this issue of sex for marks, we talk to our children about it, on the need to avoid it, to do their best with their studies so that they don't fall prey to people who might be demanding for sex to get anything. And we also expose our children in areas of dealing with the opposite sex, even among their classmates, in the places they live. So we update our children too with happenings in the society. If anything comes up in the news, we let our children know about it, and then we tell them if they find themselves in such situations, what they should do. We actually have a program we call the Unexpected Events.
Let's empower the girls for brighter tomorrow. After all, it's said that educating a girl is equal to educating a nation. That's our story. Thank you for watching, but do send us messages online and watch other episodes of Big Story on Channels Television YouTube channel. I'm Ini John Mekwa.